Hello and welcome to the week 9 and module 9 of our project management professional training program. And this week we're going to be looking into project resource management, a very interesting and critical aspect of our project management course. Okay, so let's dive in. First and foremost, an overview of the project resource management. Now, like I said, this week's topic of discourse is a very critical one, all right, in the domain of project management. The project resource management is very critical. Okay, now this project resource management model is actually dedicated to understanding the strategic allocation, utilization, and optimization of project resources. All right, and when we talk about project resources, we are looking at human resources, we're looking at materials, we're looking at equipment, as well as the facilities. Okay, now it's very important to note that the success of your project hinges on the effective management of your project resources. Okay, and this makes this particular knowledge area very integral to you as a project manager, to the success of your project, the outcomes of your project. All right, so this is very important. All right, now moving ahead further, all right, this model unfolds in 6 primary processes, and they're going to be discussed in 6 different sections. All right, so by the end of this model and this week, you'll be able to gain profound understanding of how effective resource management contributes to the success of your project, and you'll be equipped with vital skills to navigate resource challenges in your professional project management journey. Okay, now let's look at the various processes that we can find in this project resource management knowledge area. Okay, here we go. So the first process we'll be looking at in this knowledge area is the plan resource management. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the overview, the objectives, input, tools and techniques, as well as the outputs, and what makes this particular sub process, okay, critical to the success of this particular knowledge area and the overall success of your entire project management. So next we'll be looking at estimate activity resources. Okay, so in this section we're going to be doing an estimate of the resources that you require for each activity in this particular process. Okay, the next we're going to talk about how to acquire those resources. Okay, now you know the resources that you need, but how do you acquire them? How do you put them together? Okay, whether it's human resources, material resources, equipment, information, and all that. So how do you get them? From where do you get them? Okay, next we'll look at how to develop the team. All right, now you put the team of people together. All right, how do you get them up to speed with what your project is all about? All right, so you talk about training, you talk about education, communication. All right, so how do you get them to be on the same page so that everyone can get started with this project? The next we'll be looking at managing the team that you put together. Now you have this championship team, all right, that you put together. You've given them the right training, the right information. Okay, so now it's time to get to work. So how do you get everyone to work together? All right, how do you get everyone speaking the same language and working towards the achievement of this objective? All right, that is the project that you have on ground. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at in this section. And then last but not the least, control resources. How do you control the resources? Now, this is not just limited to the people or the human resources, it also has to do with the materials, okay, and even the time. Like you all know, time is a very critical constraint as well as project management is concerned. All right, so how do you control all these resources to ensure that they are judiciously utilized, all right, throughout the life cycle of the project to ensure the success of the project? All right, so that's the 6 sub processes in this particular process, all right, or in this knowledge area, and we're going to be going into them in detail. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the meat of the matter.